and welcome back to the Harbingers D&D campaign. Woo! We are so excited to be able to come back for the game today and be able to just continue the story. Um, some announcements real quick is that Greg is not here with us tonight, or today, I guess technically, because we are recording this super early in the day. He might show up, he might not. We actually don't know. It's been kind of crazy. But um but we're pre-recording this in the morning. Um because there's a lot of family obligations tonight for everyone. So we are going to be, yeah, it's the morning. So if we're like this, then we're good. It's morning. Um, all right, guys. The other announcement that we have is Roxy Bird did leave a comment on our story or not this morning, but yesterday. Roxy Bird left a comment asking to give advantage to Amaris tonight. So, because we love you guys, the audience, you're amazing. Roxy Bird, we're going to change that, and it's going to be DM inspiration. So Amaris will be gaining DM inspiration from the audience tonight. Which we're super excited about. Also, for all of you guys, or I guess all of you guys watching, we are so sad to not have your comments tonight, but please leave a comment on the video here on YouTube. Just let us know your thoughts, your theories, and everything that you guys want to say, but since we're not live, we can't say it. So we love you guys, and we still would love to see your comments. I guess without further ado, let's hop into the recap. Done by none other than Amaris herself.
All right. So this has been one hectic session as we have left. What was it? We have left the last town that we were in.
I think it was
Basin
Wind.
We have left Basin Wind. We got a little bit more information out of the witch to find out where a face circle is. Amaris took charge in that because Nuri was too drunk to think straight. So we were able to get the information we needed, and in order to get through this particular circle, we needed the fanciest hat we could find. So we get it, and we give it to the little fae that was over there. Got to travel to the one that's closest to, was it like Storm Shield?
Lake Mount.
Lake Mount, dang it.
Yeah, so you met with Gerber, the Fae, what are they called? The Fae Toad? Wait. Fae Toadstools. Like, yeah, the Fae Toad. I was like, Fae Toad? That doesn't sound right. It's because it's a toadstool ring. And then you met Brock, which is the one at this toadstool ring.
Yeah. Come to find out that each of these toadstool fays have some kind of interest. So Gerber had a fascination with hats, and his brother Brock had a fascination with frogs. So we have just traveled through this ring, and we are now on our way to Lake Mount. Stopped for the night, and in the morning, as we continue, our wagon breaks. And upon investigation, Dusty has found that it looks like someone had sawed the bit that holds the wheels together just enough so that as we started to go, the wagon would break. And as he goes to check it, out of nowhere, 2 shots fire straight at Amaris and knock her down immediately. We are being ambushed. So everyone's rushing out. Dusty was able to heal up Amaris, and Nuri put up the protective hamster ball around her. Just enough for her to heal and get those darts out and get out of the way of future attacks. And that bubble saved her from 2 more shots. Like, Amaris would have been down again, guys. Douse has gone straight into the action, and since it is raining in this area, he is right in the zone. He has done some really cool water bending, and we lost him. But anyway, he has done some really cool water. He's done some really cool water bending, putting up a full-on ice wall to block any further attacks, and the only exit is through him. And with all this, he has found out that the people who have ambushed us are none other than Dahlia and Dune, Amaris's older sisters. And that is where we left off.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting. We ended at the end of Dahlia and Dune's turn, I believe, that they attacked, and then it was going to start on Dusty's turn. But due to Dusty not being here, he is going to work on fixing the cart so they can all get out of here. Let me switch up the music real quick to match with the combat. Add the rain, because it is raining.
Just a fun coincidence. It's currently raining outside for me.
Really?
Yes.
It was raining a couple days ago for us, but now it became a blizzard, and it's been very snowy lately. But there you go, Douse. You're in your element. There we go.
Yes. I mean, it's not the ocean, but we'll accept it.
Yeah, there we go. You can tell that your bracelet is very, very happy with this. She loves the rain. Way does. Okay. So with that, we're actually going to go to Nuri's turn, because she would be next on the initiative, as Dusty is going to work on repairing the wagon. Let me actually roll. I'm just going to roll a d20 for him to see how that's going right now. He's going to be using like his unearth spell as like a temporary fix along with other stuff. Right now it's not looking too good for him, but because I just rolled a 3. Oh, but I used the blood dice.
You're purposely trying to ruin him. The
Yeah,
blood dice
no.
only likes the DM rolls.
I wasn't here, you know what? One of you who would like to be the one that rolls for Dusty?
I
I
can roll
can
it.
do it.
Or Amaris. Amaris, you do it.
Okay.
All right, let's see how well digital dice are going to be today.
Yeah, just roll 1d20. 19.
That's a
Okay, he's doing
19.
pretty solid. He's working on it. Okay. You know, part of me thinks it's because I saw this reel this past weekend where it was like, it came up on my feed and it was like, all of your dice rolls are blessed for this next session. And so I sent it to Sierra and Megan. But I didn't have Dane on Instagram because I don't think you have an Instagram account. So I couldn't send it to you guys, but I sent it to them. I'm sorry. Sorry, Dane.
Oh, sorry, I was...
Alrighty. Well, it is now Nori's turn. I believe that Nori had just shouted out that it was Dune and Dahlia to everyone.
Yes. Well, I just said it was the triplets.
Yeah, it was the triplets is what you shouted. So everybody knows that it's them.
I'm going to have Houdini, because he's, well, around there. He's going to fly down, and I can't actually see what's going on over there, so whoever is more scary looking, I guess.
You're welcome for the wall that completely blocks your vision, and yeah.
Yeah, how high does the wall go again?
It can go up to 15 feet, and I think Douse probably would have done the full 15.
Okay, so it's up 15 feet in the air. So you're kind
Well,
of...
where is it, though? Because Houdini was right over by the people.
Yeah, so you see... Do you see over where Houdini is right now? There's... Oh.
No.
Hold on. Does Houdini have sight? Let me check on this real quick. He should
can't
have
move them
vision. Oh, I mean, it is like, what, is it daytime? I think it's nighttime, right? Because it's thundering
No,
and
it's
or
day.
stormy.
It's
Oh,
thick 'cause
okay.
we woke up.
It's morning.
That's right.
It's
It's
raining.
morning, but it's raining and there's lots of storm clouds, so that's why it's kind of dark.
But
Yeah.
it's just black where Houdini is. I can see Houdini's token, but that's it. So I'm assuming he's on the side with the ice because my 2 minions are over by the evil sisters, but Houdini had flown up into a tree to get some cover from them.
Yeah.
Either way, he could easily get over the wall. He flies, and he can fly like 60 feet.
Okay.
Oh. I may have misread about the size. Here's the actual shape of the flowing river. It says it cannot exceed half of the where was it? The extent of any such things can exceed half of the area's largest dimension. For example, if you affected a 30-foot square, you can create a pillar up to 15 feet high. So it's not up to 15 feet high. I don't know how high that would go. Or how high you would allow it.
Okay. Sierra, can you see now?
Okay, sort of, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Houdini, why do I keep grabbing you?
I was reading through this to see if I could find like a time period. I'm not seeing any time period on it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just say it's 15 feet high.
So,
Can you-
Houdini... Sorry.
Yeah, you can see now?
Yeah, it's just like super dark and gray because like he doesn't have light or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because it is stormy, so it's not like bright. It's or well, because it's raining, so there's all these thick rain clouds.
So, he's gonna fly down and he's gonna cast Shocking Grasp on the one with the loopies.
Dune.
I think. Yeah.
The one right next to Douse, and he's just gonna and
Grab
She's the
onto her
crazy
hair.
one.
he's gonna fly down and like scrape her shoulder or head or something so he can
Okay,
touch
roll the
Shocking
hit.
Grasp. Let me just put this in. Okay. I'm assuming he uses his own stuff to hit.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Is she wearing armor made of metal?
No, she is wearing leather
Okay.
armor.
Cool.
She is drenched in water, though.
She is drenched in water. They're all drenched in water. You guys are, everyone's. Yeah, wouldn't this be difficult for Houdini to fly in, now that I'm just thinking about it?
No. He's a bird. A celestial bird. he's a
god.
magical bird, you know, because he chooses it to be celestial themed or something else.
Okay.
It's a celestial bird. No, it's a fae bird, I think, actually. Celestial, fae, or fiend, I think that's my choice.
Okay.
No? He a bird, he can fly.
Oh.
There's tree cover.
What do you roll to hit?
My question is, does he get advantage because Dahlia's right next to Douse?
You mean Dune?
Whatever
You're like,
name
my
is.
question still remains.
Yes.
I would say no, because she's technically not able to be flanked by him.
Okay. Then he rolled. Did I use the wisdom? Wait. Melee weapon. So he would do dexterity then. 13 to hit.
That does miss.
Good. Then he will fly back into the tree because he is Houdini, and for his name's sake, he can fly in and attack someone and fly out without causing opportunity attacks.
Here we go. So he
So you
flies out.
And he, my other companion, my spellbook, will be watching what's happening, and we're gonna hold off on doing something because Houdini technically acts on his own turn. So, but I don't know what spell would be most helpful right now because Douse hasn't started fighting, so he's just watching and waiting, and that's Nuri's turn.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so in that case, it is Douse's turn.
So, Douse is first. Got to turn inwardly and Way. Let me know if you want in on any of this. I'm in a good mood right now. And following that, he's going to pop a small bottle of holy water and pour it on himself to cast. What is it? Shield of Faith.
Okay.
That is a bonus action.
Where do you pour the holy water on yourself?
He'd just do it on his head and maybe like a drop on way.
On the bracelet? Okay.
And then he will proceed to punch Dune multiple times.
You're like, I'm a punch. That's my role.
First one is that's a 16 plus. So that is a 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
All right, I'll make that a. Can I do stunning strike, or is that going to require a bonus action?
I don't know. I don't have your sheet pulled up in front of me.
I don't think it's a bonus action. I think you just do it with key.
Yeah, I think you just do it. You just spend the key, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to make that a stunning strike. I believe it's a DC 14 for them. Constitution save.
Yeah, let me roll for that. Ooh.
And then my second hit is a 24 to hit.
Okay, let me just see her ads. She got a 21 to succeed.
Well, dang. I thought they wouldn't be that constitutionally built.
She's using her blood dice, let's be honest.
I actually did. I did use the blood dice. It was really high. It was a 19. So...
I'll spend a second key on my second hit to try and do that as well. Because it just says when I hit a creature. It doesn't say once per turn.
Yeah. Wait, well, how much damage did you do with the first one? Because you did hit.
The first one was 3 damage.
Okay.
And the second one is going to be 7 damage.
Okay, so let me add that. Alrighty. Sierra putting in the chat, they got a +2 for Constitution. Yeah, yeah. Alright, I'll have her roll again. She got a 19 this time.
Okay, she can survive and not get stunned.
Yeah, you like punch her like once, like on the face, like just sock her right in the jaw, and you just see her kind of like spit out some blood, and then you see her just come back, her gaze just still locked with you. Which kind of rattles you just a little bit as you just then go and try and sock her in the gut, but she doesn't seem like she kind of like gets socked in the gut kind of a thing. But then you see her recover pretty quickly.
Aren't you a robust little one?
She
And
just
that's
smiles.
Douse's turn.
Alrighty, it is Amaris's turn now.
Wait, do I need to use a bonus action to attack my tentacle?
Um,
It might be.
yeah, if you put the spell back in, we can read that real quick. As a bonus action.
Okay, yeah. I'm keeping Shield of Faith. I just wanted to double check if that was familiar
Yeah.
esque or if that was my bonus action esque.
Yeah, I think this one would be. I'm sorry, I just now saw your comment that said, let's be honest, blood dice have like a +5 in general. No, I just roll really well with them. But yeah, for Tentacle of the Deep, yeah, that's gonna be a bonus action on your turn.
Okay. Not using it this turn then.
Okay,
I've got Dune cornered anyways. That was the main reason to use it.
yeah. All right, Amaris, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I've been planning this all week.
That's the best part of stopping
Alright.
in the middle of a combat session. You have all week to plan out what you're going to do.
Alright. Amaris is going to whip out Time Piercer. She is going to say the command word, Shigon. And as it activates, she's going to yell out to Nuri, drop the bubble.
I will
Nuri
say,
drops the bubble.
yeah, I'm gonna say as your reaction, you can drop the bubble.
I just stopped concentrating.
Yeah.
Just took out my head out the window and a thumbs up.
I think it'd be funny if it wasn't even just the head, it's just the hand.
It's just the hand. It really is just the hand. The hand is going out the window.
Thumbs up,
Thumbs up.
heard ya. Okay, bubble is down.
All right, and Amaris, with the help of Time Piercer, is going to cast haste on herself.
Ooh, okay. Me like it.
Which I am going to pull up this. I'm going to pull up this spell so I know.
Okay.
Why did I go there? I'm pulling up the spell so I know everything that goes into it. But if I remember correctly, it also gives me a boost in speed.
Okay.
So my AC, because of the spell, my AC is now 13. The target speed is doubled. Oh yeah, so I'm speedy.
You're like, I'm fast boy.
Welcome to the Quick
Maintains an
Club.
addiction.
Come over here and join me.
Yippee! Oh, I'm coming. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Let's scoot over here. 40. I'm still around them, right?
Hold on 1 second.
Or did I
Where'd
pass them?
You were right, like here.
You haven't reached them yet.
They're like right here.
All right. 45, 50, 55, 60. So for this first, haste gives me two actions. So
So
for
are
this
you gonna
first
do
one,
dash as your
I am going to dash as my first.
Okay.
65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.
How are you gonna get over the
105.
wall? How are you gonna like?
There's the opening.
Oh, there's nobody.
110,
I can't see that.
115.
Yeah, I can't see what you're counting, but I will happily.
120.
The opening
There we go.
is south for Nuri, if she's wondering where that is.
Okay.
All right, so that was her first action, and now she's gonna go all out using Time Piercer, which I think Time Piercer is just kind of like when attacking with Time Piercer, it's just like a regular rapier, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it has its like additional stuff on there.
All right, and it is a +2. But I am proficient in it. So, what all do I add for attacking with a rapier?
I just put the weapon in there. Okay.
All right.
So this item
since-
appears to be a
since-
sword hilt that has a small hole on either. Sorry.
So since I am proficient in a rapier,
Yep.
what all do I add for that?
You're gonna add your proficiency bonus plus your dexterity modifier to roll the hit.
All right, and then that is also a +2 due to the Time Piercer. So all in all, that is an additional 6 to this roll.
Yeah, because you got because Time Piercer gives an additional 2. Yeah.
I am also going to use my inspiration from Roxy Bird to give myself advantage for this.
Yeah, because you just rolled an 11 with the plus.
I just rolled an 11. That's a 21 to hit.
There we go! Go, Amaris! Thank you, Roxy Bird, for the inspiration. You've just used your DM inspiration. 21 does hit, and you're hitting Dahlia?
Yes.
Okay. She has not been hit yet, actually. Alright, roll for damage.
Alright, and it's a D8 for damage?
For the rapier. Yeah, use the rapier's damage, and then Time Piercer gives you an additional +2 bonus to your attack roll. And you get to add your dexterity modifier to the attack roll as well, or to the damage roll.
Okay.
So
that would
what's
be
your dexterity
an additional
modifier?
1.
1? Okay, so you get to add 3 to the damage.
And that comes up 8 points of damage.
Alrighty. 8 points of damage as you come and slash her along the cheek. And she now has this cut right there. Alrighty. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay, it is now time for the sisters. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna start. Oh man, this is so good. It's so good. We're gonna start with Dune, actually. So Dune, I have to pull up the thing. All right. So Dune's short sword that she has in hand has this beautiful design along the what's the thing? Along the hilt. That looks almost like a dragon wing on it. As she is going to
She
step
ain't a
to this-
statement, that's for sure.
She's making a statement, yeah. She's actually going to step off to the side, which doesn't trigger any opportunity attacks, because you're technically still within the range. She's just standing in front of your tentacle. And she's going to point her rapier at Amaris. And she's going to shout the command word, far light. And she gets propelled forward straight through your tentacle behind Amaris. And does attack her. Okay, let me pull out the damage dice with that. And then
Can I use my DM inspiration to give her disadvantage on this?
ooh.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, you may. You may use your DM inspiration to give disadvantage.
Yes.
I don't know
Oh
if that would
god.
cancel any flanking rules or anything like that, but
It would. It would. So it's gonna be straight up because she is flanked. Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to get the damage dice all together. So she gets a lot to hit. So she is going to get 16 to hit. Does that hit you, Amaris?
Yes.
Okay, you are going to take 6 points of regular damage on top of 12 points of poison damage. Okay. So as she comes and just literally backstabs you, um, and then it's going to be Dahlia's turn. So Dahlia, gonna have a fun turn. All right. So what ends up happening is she's wearing this leather armor, right? And all of a sudden, as you slashed her on the cheek, and then you feel this pain come up from behind you, you see this mist start to emanate from the armor of Dahlia. And it's as if the fog cloud spell is cast. And fog seeps, this very thick, dense fog seeps into the area. Okay, so it fills in a 20-foot radius sphere. Okay, so let me get this in a circle. Center on her. 20-foot radius sphere. So yeah, so you guys see on the map everything? How this area is now obscured in fog. So it is very difficult to see anything in there. Let's see. The area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration. It lasts for an hour. So now all of your attacks will have disadvantage in this sphere because you won't be able to see it very well. But for her, the fog doesn't obscure her vision. Okay.
Also keep in
Alrighty.
mind that this gives disadvantage to her sister as well.
Yes, it does give a disadvantage to Dune, but Dahlia doesn't care. Dahlia is not the greatest. I mean, to be fair, none of these girls really believe in like family ties. They're about to murder you. They literally like just did also, and then you got healed. So yeah, they're kind of mean. Okay, she is going to whip out her sword as well. You can't really make out what this sword looks like. Very well. It's super obscured, but You notice that the hilt itself, at least from what you can make out, almost looks like a curved half circle, but that's kind of all you can make out with it. As she is going to attack you with advantage with a natural 20 to hit.
With
Sierra.
disadvantage?
No, she has advantage on it because of flanking and the fog. She is not disadvantaged by the fog because she actually is able to see it. So
Oh,
because of the effect that is happening, the fog doesn't obscure her vision. So, since she is the one doing this. So she does the natural 20 to hit. She is going to roll the damage. And then 1. Okay. So you are going to be taking 6. Wait. Sorry, guys. Got it on like multiple things.
Douse, please be ready.
I'm planning my moves.
9 points of. Wait. This is doubled because it's crit. Hold on. Wait, what's 9 plus 9? That's.
Okay, first you said it was 6.
Yeah, it's double the dice, so that's 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 points of regular damage, and then you are taking 6 points of psychic damage. Sorry, math is not my strong suit. And
I'm
that was
still
her
up,
critical
guys.
hit. Woo! Oh my gosh, you're at 7 hit points? Oh gosh.
I'm still up.
As she comes and strikes you in the fog, and then you don't see her. It's like as if she just disappears. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, it is now Dusty's turn. Amaris, can you roll for him, please? As he is fixing the cart.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna say this is a success thing where he needs, it's like death saving throws where he needs like 3 successes to fix the cart. And he's already got 1 success.
That is an 18.
18, he's got 2 successes. Alrighty. It is now Nuri's turn.
Okay, so Nuri has been in the cart and she'll stay in the cart. Yes. She's going to cast Mirror Image with her staff. So she's like in her cart, she just like spins her staff around and like slams it on the ground, concentrates, close her eyes. Because it is a wizard spell, she can then cast it as if she's in the place of her spell mind, her manifested mind.
Okay, what spell is it again?
Mirror Image. I will
Okay.
copy it. Well, okay. Wait. It says range self, target self, so I guess I couldn't cast it on someone else. Could you?
Yeah, mirror image, if it's a self spell, you can only mirror image yourself.
Okay, and then I'm actually not gonna do that. Would have been super cool if she could, but never mind.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, because that won't work. Why are you guys so far away? She will get out of the carriage But she can't go very far. And she'll just have her manifested mind, which had been in the bushes right by the evil sister, so
Well,
He's-
it was in the bushes next to Houdini.
was it? Okay, well,
Yeah.
it'll just over the wall. To like the top of the wall. It's gonna do its thing and then slide back down into the bush.
Well, they're not in here anymore.
They're not
They're-
in there
they're-
anymore?
No,
Over
they
here.
moved down.
Well,
Sorry,
okay.
Sierra, I
can't
think
see
just for
what's
the
there.
for the purpose of this battle, I'm moving you to where your hive mind is.
Okay.
For the purpose of the battle, we know that that is the hive mind, but we are putting Sierra's token there so she can see what the heck's going on over here.
You could put the hive mind back where Sierra is, just so you remember.
Ooh. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna move that over there. Smart.
Okay.
Smart Douse.
So we don't know where the other sister went, but we can still see the loopy-haired girl.
Yes. He's working on the mic and meal.
So my manifested mind just goes up to the top of the wall and is going to shoot a magic missile at the loopy-haired girl. I can't remember her name.
Dune.
Doom, thank you. And then he'll slide back down in the bushes behind the wall.
Okay. Alrighty.
Let's see. We're gonna cast it at 3rd level. So I get more missiles. Yay, for me. And wait, why did I cast? Not mage armor. That was silly. Ignore that one. It's magic missile. See. So I get 3, 4, 5 darts that hit automatically. Whoa. I don't know where all my D4s went. Oh no. Okay, found it. Okay.
Losing all your dice there, Sierra.
I know, this is a terrible roll. $16 points of force damage.
Okay.
Yeah, 16.
Okay, 16 points of force damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he
Also-
slides back away.
Okay, slides away. Also, Amaris, I totally forgot that when the fog happened, she did say the command word Lux. You did hear her say that, and then the fog came out. I forgot to say that. Alrighty. Okay, so then you shoot out, and your hive mind comes, slinks out, fires off 3 magic missiles on her.
Yep, and then that's the end of my turn because she also moved 30 feet, but
Okay.
she was in the carriage. That took a lot of movement.
Okay. Alrighty. Perfect. So now it is Douse's turn. Oh no. Is Douse here? Oh, there we
Hello?
go. Yeah, you're here. You just disappeared from off the stream for a second.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I refreshed and I got back just in time for my turn.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
So, Douse will step over to Amaris and utter Protection of the Tide and cast Sanctuary on her.
Ooh.
And then look at Dune, saying, I did not say we were finished with our fight.
And she just goes, Bring it on.
So he will throw 2 more punches. Oof.
You will be able to roll straight up because even though the fog is causing disadvantage, she is flanked.
I'm with my tentacle, or
Yeah, with the tentacle and Amaris.
but I'm not the flanking one, so I still get it.
I would say. Hold on one sec. Alrighty. From the official dungeon master that I always refer to rules on. Officially no, technically, but I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay. In that
But
case,
technically in the official rules, no.
okay. In that case, the first one is an 11 to hit,
11 misses.
and then the second one is a 14 to hit.
Oh, just barely misses.
Ah.
Their AC is 15.
All right. I guess I am going to flurry of blows.
Okay.
Where is that?
Flurry of blows. With a key point, right?
Yeah. I'm not seeing it on my list. Where are you? How is that not on my list?
I finally got rid of the giant pile of boxes back there.
Well, I think it's just 2 more hits.
Yeah, flurry of blows. You spend a key point and you get 2 more hits.
Yeah. And those are still just straight up?
Yep.
Okay, first one is a 24 to hit.
24 does hit.
3 damage.
Woo!
The second one is a 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
And that's 7 damage.
Nice. Nice.
I feel like I literally just re-rolled what I rolled last round.
Kind of. And is your tentacle going to act?
No, because I used my bonus action to cast Sanctuary.
Ah, that's right. Okay. Alright, so any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Okay.
Wisdom saving throw, and I believe it's 8 plus proficiency in wisdom, so I believe it is 14 to pass still.
Okay. Right. Amaris, it is your turn.
Okay. All right. We're going to try this. I am first going to cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Where is it?
My tentacle doesn't take damage, so this is fine.
Thunder Wave, here we go. Okay, so it does not say I can do it at a higher level. So for my first one, I am casting Thunder Wave. So anyone within that 15-foot cube needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Which cube? Where are you sending it?
Where are the shapes? There we go. I believe that's 15 feet.
You're hitting Houdini?
Houdini's up in the trees, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you are hitting the tentacle, so I don't really know.
Tentacle does not take damage as
It does
Hasta.
not.
That is perfect.
I think it says like it's a phantom tentacle or something like that.
Okay. Alrighty, so you're gonna strike
Spectral.
her, so she must make a Constitution saving throw. Does a 12 succeed?
That fails.
Ooh.
So not only does she take 2d8 damage, but she's also pushed back 10 feet
Into the ice wall.
into the ice
Back
wall.
into
But
your
also,
corner.
since she basically is moving away from Douse, he gets an opportunity attack, doesn't he?
He does get an opportunity attack. Wait, how much damage first, though, before he rolls for his opportunity?
9.
9 points of damage. Alrighty.
Alright. Douse, would you like to do your opportunity attack before I take my second action?
Sure. Is this disadvantage or advantage? Because she's going through the tentacle. I don't know if that flanking would.
I don't think she would take damage just popping through the phantom.
Well, not that she's taking damage. I'm punching her. I don't know if flanking
Oh.
still counts.
I would say because you're punching her as she's leaving the area, so I'm gonna say the flanking still counts. So just straight
Okay.
up.
That is a 21 to hit for
That
8
hits.
damage.
8 damage. Okay, dang, she's getting throttled. She kind of gets thrown back against. Is that the end of your turn, Amaris, right?
Nope, I get one more.
Oh. One more. Okay, so first things first, she gets thrown back against the ice, and you see she is super like bloodied up and hurt. She's like now kind of like slumped against the back, like her back against the ice wall, and she's like rear on the ground, just knocked the wind out of her, and she's like, huh. She's just looking at you, and she looks a little like panicked as she's like looking to either side of this little like cave here. And yeah, and since you get another action, I'm gonna let that be all you see for right now, since you had to finish your turn.
Alright, I am going to use Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Okay. On yourself?
Yes, on myself.
You're like,
that
heal time.
So that is 4d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier, which is charisma. I do believe that's my highest one.
Okay. Also, just so you know, during that moment that you saw her like thrown against the wall and slunk back, so your thunder wave kind of pushed a lot of the smoke away. But then in like moments, the area is filled again with just tons of mist and fog, so thick you can't see. Okay, and is that your turn?
That is my turn. I got 26 health back.
Yay! That's good. That's like half your health now. You're over half. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this moment, one second. So you heal yourself, and she gets flung back and down. The mist, fog pools into the area again. And then you just hear Dune cry out. She goes, "Sister!" And you don't see what happens next. But you do hear Amaris, a whisper behind you, as you hear Dahlia say, "We'll meet again soon, dear sister." And in one fell swoop, you just hear a cry of pain, and the mist vanishes, and you do not see Dahlia, but you do see Dune with an arrow through her head pinned against the ice.
Is it too late to cast Spare the Dying?
Question. The girl who just left, was that a spell at all?
No, it was an arrow.
No, the one who left. The other sister. left.
Dahlia?
Yeah.
She was using a effect from a magic item.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so Dahlia is gone. And
Douse would immediately try to cast Spare the Dying because they have answers to questions.
okay, well, she does have an arrow through her head. But
It's worth an attempt, is what he's thinking.
Okay. So you can run on over and attempt to cast Spare the Dying on her. Can you put the spell in the chat real quick just so I can read that?
I mean, she has to still be alive.
Oh, no, she did.
Okay. I didn't know if it was still close enough to her taking the hit.
Yeah, no, she's dead now.
Would it be possible to do Cure Wounds?
You can attempt it.
So, like, as she's walking up, she's going to turn to Douse and say, "Do you have any way of binding her?"
Not really, no. I could run in a direction, but that's about the extent of my tracking abilities.
All right. Well, Amaris is whoops, I am still on drawing. Amaris is going to go up.
Douse could look around for signs of movement, but...
Yeah, you do not see anything.
Right. So Amaris is going to go up, pull the arrow out, and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, you attempt to cast Cure Wounds, and it does not work.
Necromancer!
Necromancer!
This is her hive mind, so... Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, that's why.
Well, she would still
Hive
be walking
mind.
over, so whenever you say she gets there, she gets there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
her
at this
hive mind's
point...
watching and listening.
At this point, Dusty also fixes the wheel, so I'm gonna move him over here. I'm gonna say his totem is gone now, because it's the end of the combat. Alright. Does your ice wall go down?
I didn't see any time period on the ability. I'll repost it, but I think it just sits there till it melts.
That'd be kind of funny.
You can change the water ice in an area and vice versa.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything on there.
Yeah, he's literally just reshaping the water.
Yeah,
into
I mean,
ice
you
and
can
just
bring
leaves
it down if you want to, or you can leave it up, because she's kind of
But
like...
That would take a key point.
I'll say for you, it doesn't cost one, just for this one time.
Okay, he would lower it down then.
Okay. Just so that people can pass through this area.
So Nuri walks up and she's just looking at the body and then looks to you guys. Well,
I'm-
how do you feel, Amaris?
So Mars just stands there. It didn't need to come to this.
Pause, everyone. Oh my gosh. It kicked everyone. They're all joining back. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it's doing this. Why it keeps kicking you guys. Maybe it's because we're in the middle of a snowstorm over here on my end.
Could be. What point did we get cut off? Like, was the last thing we heard?
Amaris was just standing there. And she was standing there.
So did Nuri come up yet or not? Did you hear that?
I think I heard Nuri came up, and that was it.
Okay. Well, Nuri came up and was like, "So, Amaris, how are you feeling?"
And Amaris just takes a moment and just says, "It didn't have to come to this, but now they know the consequences of their actions."
Douse had asked, were they always this bloodthirsty, or was that a recent thing?
I never saw that part of them until the night they attacked me.
Interesting.
Weird. Nuri's gonna start ritual casting Spare the Dying. Not Spare the Dying. Sorry. That's the wrong one.
Revivify.
I don't have that. I'm a necromancer. I could bring her back as an undead, or I could keep her from turning into an undead. What would you like?
I'm not a high enough cleric. I can't do it.
I only bring people back as undead. I can't really revive.
So do you want her as a
Gentle
zombie, or do you want her to not turn into a zombie?
Yeah. So she'll cast Gentle Repose, which protects it from decay, and it can't become undead. So it prolongs essentially how long the lowest stuff can be done.
Okay.
She won't decay, so you don't need the highest one, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Since Days Past can affect raising someone from the undead, it prolongs that. So she just casts that. She's like, "You won't become undead. Yay."
Alrighty.
And it allows us to bring her back should we want to.
Douse, you hear way in the back of your mind say, "You did well."
Why, thank you. It was a good fight. Wish we had gotten some answers, though.
Yes. Answers are very nice. There's only one person who knows all the answers.
I shall go pray.
Yeah, let's go with that. And
That was his first thought. Someone who knows all the answers. Gods and goddesses. Okay.
she fades off in your mind.
Well, Amaris, do you want to bring her back? we could bring her with us to town.
Another comatose patient in another town that we visited.
Well, we could use
Yeah,
people
Amaris
dancers.
Amaris Amaris nods. She will need to be kept under heavy guard, though.
Okay.
I don't think Mom or Dad would have wanted to lose any of their kids. But the least that they could know is what these two did.
You have more compassion than most do. I'm impressed. Okay. Nuri's gonna just pull out of her bag, her little bag of holding. She's gonna pull out her bedroll, and she's gonna use the bedroll to wrap the dead body in.
Okay. You can wrap her up and you guys can bring her into the cart.
Okay. Nuri's just kind of awkwardly don't know exactly what to say or do, so she just puts the body in the carriage and pat Dusty on the back, congratulate him on fixing it, and then she'll get in the back as well.
Okay.
Amaris will go back up to the front to finish giving directions on how to get to town.
And Douse, you
Douse
go.
is gonna. He'll be in the carriage, but he'll keep an eye on Amaris and just kind of checking on her well-being.
Okay. Alrighty. You do so. You may do so. Oh, did I really not get a... Oh. Whoops. I thought I had Lakewind or Lake Mount as a map on here, but apparently I put Basin Wind and I thought it was Lake Mount. That's okay. We'll just put you on the world map for now. As you guys continue your journey, oh, you guys were over here, and make it by the end of the, or by around, with this stop, you guys make it there by evening. Make it to Lake Mount.
What were the sisters' names again? Sorry, I can't remember them.
Dahlia and Dune. Here, I'll put them in the chat
And
here.
who died?
Dune
Dahlia.
died.
Dune? Okay.
Dune
So
died.
Dahlia is the one that did it. Okay.
Did you guys pick up Dune's weapons at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole body. Just beep beep.
Alrighty.
But we are taking the weapons away.
Hey. You notice the one short sword is very beautiful, with the dragon looking wing hilt. That just would wrap around the hand. It's a very gorgeous blade. And the crossbow itself looks to have this poison on the tip that has been dipped into the tips of the arrow of the bolts, basically, that were you now noticed that there was like a bolt pouch that she had on her hip. If you wish to like do anything more with them, just let me know.
Oh, while they're traveling, right? With just ritual cast identify on everything. The
Okay.
armor too, because the other sister's stuff came out of her armor.
So okay. So if you could put the spell for identify in there, and I will give you the information real quick. So I can know all the information you get. Alrighty.
So you learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn
Okay.
if the spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn the spell to create it.
Okay. So the armor that you ritual cast on Dune just seems to be regular armor. It seems like it was Dahlia that had the magic armor.
Yeah.
On the crossbow, pull this up. You learn properties, how to use them, any spells. Okay. Yeah, so you learn that this is just a regular light crossbow. The poison on it is a very old and ancient poison that causes a lot of damage, but it seems like diluted a certain bit, so it wasn't as potent as it could be. So this is a D8 for the damage die on the light crossbow, and it deals only 4d6 poison damage. As for the sword is very interesting. You learn that this sword is called the Wyvern Blade. Hold on, let me see if I can get the... Can I save image? Were you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My husband just said you should be able to, and I was kind of talking to myself, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I don't know if I can paste the image in here, but I'll put it into our other chat that we've got, the Facebook one. Okay, sorry, give me one sec. Alrighty. Okay, so you learn that it is the Wyvern Blade. It does require attunement to it. So the blade's guard is fashioned after a wyvern in its design. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. Oh, I forgot that it was also to damage rolls. That's okay. The weapon has 3 charges and regains all expended charges daily at dawn. While holding the weapon, you can use the action to expend one of its charges to fly up to 60 feet in a straight line toward a point or target that you can see. If the target is a creature, you can also make a special attack against it using the blade. On a hit, the target takes an extra 4d6 poison damage, and it can't use its reaction until the start of its next turn. You have advantage on the attack if you fly at least 30 feet toward the target in this way. At the end of your turn, you can choose to fly up to another 30 feet either horizontally or downward. You also learn that the command word to activate these charges is far light. One word. Yeah. That is what you learn about the Wyvern Blade.
And you said it was a short sword, right?
Yes, it is a short sword. It can be a short sword or a rapier, and she had the short sword version. Ah, words.
Okay.
Okay. And those are the magical items she had.
Cool.
Okay, awesome. Alrighty. And, woo! Man, stretching. I thought that battle was going to be longer.
Same. I
Yeah,
was expecting this to be a fight to the bitter end.
yeah, well, Dahlia is, not dumb.
A coward. Oh,
She's a coward.
Our
She was like,
trainer.
if I stay here and keep fighting, I might die. So I'm gonna go now. She did say we'll
Awkwardly
meet
exits.
again. To Amaris. Alrighty. So you guys do make it to the town of Lakemount. So a couple things.
do we get a rest of any sort on the way, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you guys do get a long rest
Oh,
as you travel
Great.
through the forest.
Except for Dusty because he's driving, or he
Um,
gets one too.
yeah, we're gonna say you guys all get. If you guys take the time to rest, then you get a long rest. Dusty doesn't get a long rest because he's driving. Unless he can rest while driving.
Oh, Nuri will take that. Why not? Get my spells back.
Okay, perfect. You guys come to the city of Lakemount, which you have discovered is not super nice. It's it's a bit grungy. It smells like urine a little bit. There is just, it's not a very nice place. As you guys are kind of coming up on the city itself. You notice that there are a lot of alleyways. It's really like narrow streets. So when you guys, if there is another cart that's coming through the street, it's really tight for you guys to pass by. You have to be, but Dusty's very good at this, so he's able to maneuver you guys around if need be. As you guys enter into the town itself, you guys get the feeling that you're being watched.
Not surprising.
Dahlia's still nearby.
Yeah. As you guys come in to this town and you enter into this bustling city center, because there's always a city center right at the beginning.
Right at the front door.
right
Not
at the
at
front
all
door.
in the center.
Yeah, not at all. It's a plaza, city plaza. How about that? The city plaza. It is gross, grungy. There's a lot of people that are sleeping on ragged blankets over on the sides against the walls. The guards don't even take one look at you as you pass through the main archway. They're just kind of like, one of them's kind of like picking his teeth, and the other one is kind of like holding. It seems like he's like holding his bag that he's got on him. It's tight to his chest. He's eyeing you guys, but not as are they gonna hurt the city? It's more of a, don't you dare touch my stuff.
Little thief town. Nice.
Yeah. As you guys enter into Lakemount.
Douse will tighten his grip on his backpack and it's the food pack and then his scarf. So he's just like,
It's like I don't want to lose anything.
I
Nuri
like
just
my cooking.
we're in the carriage though, so like um she would tell Dusty to find a place to like park question mark. As she has finished her long rest, she will also murmur up to the front, and so Douse can hear as well, that I switched up my spells. We could talk to her now. Just,
Oh,
ask her a few questions.
let's wait till we're somewhere private for that.
I don't know if there's really any private place in the city that you can
No,
sneak a dead body into.
but there
You
might be
never
places a
know.
little bit more private than out in the street.
In a carriage. Wagon thing. Okay. That's fine. We can find some place to do it.
It's an
Uh,
option. We don't have to do that.
Dusty does pull into what looks to be a stable, as there are horses there. They don't look to be the greatest horses. Like your horses look very well maintained compared to these other ones. As you guys kind of pull into this, you see that there are other carriage parking like spots in this area. There's one carriage that looks to have just like carvings in the sides of it. It's a very not very structured town. As you're looking at this, but you guys pull up, and you may speak to the manager at the stables, which is this tall woman who is actually not very tall for a dwarf, because she is a dwarf, but she is on the taller spectrum of that, but still shorter. Actually, she's probably taller than you, Douse. How tall are you?
He's like 4 foot something.
Yeah, she's definitely taller than you, but she's very stout, has very thickly braided hair, and you actually notice that she does have like an axe on her back as she like comes out with this mean face. She turns over to Amaris, who's on the front of the cart, and she's like, "What do you want?"
Just a bit
How
of
does
space
she-
for rent.
Bit of space? Then why are you here? You can leave my space at any time.
Hold on a sec. Ooh.
Douse leans over to Nuri. He's like, "How does she get any customers with this attitude?"
This town doesn't seem really like a customer kind of vibe kind of place. Everyone's probably gonna be kind of hostile, it seems like.
Amaris is like looking at this lady and is like, we only need it for like just a little bit of time, and it holds up three gold. Do we have an agreement?
Her scowl lightens a little bit at seeing the gold. But she goes, "I can get you a regular old spot just right over here for that much." If
Amaris pauses.
you want a private spot, it'll need to be a little more.
Okay, we probably do need a bit more of a private. I'm thinking out loud. This isn't Amaris. This is me. Probably do need a bit of a more private spot. She pulls out 2 more gold and adds it.
So it's now 5 gold.
It's now 5 gold.
You see her kind of look at them, and she offers for you to hand them over.
She kind of just like twirls them around in her hand, and like reaches her hand out to give them, but then says, "Just know you back down on your word, and you're gonna have to deal with a lot." And then places the 5 gold in her hand.
She goes, "You're not the first customer to say that to me." And she goes and she bites down on every single gold piece to make sure that it's a gold piece. You see her
They're all
kind of
chocolate. Kidding.
Yeah, she kind of goes and scratches at them a little bit. You can tell she's been fooled before, and then once she is satisfied that they are real, she goes, "All right, miss, let me get you into a better spot." And she pockets the gold, and you see that now, like as she's walking you to the spot, she has a hand on the pocket that has the gold in it, as she comes over and like guides you to park your cart over in this kind of more secluded area. You notice that it's against 2 walls, like the walls of the stable and a wall of another building, so you've got like 2 sides of cover on that front. She comes and she puts rocks in the wheels or behind the wheels so that way it won't move. And she goes, "Do you intend to keep your horses right here, or do you need to stable them too?"
I think we can keep our horses here. Thank you for your hospitality.
Ah, you're welcome. That's only getting you 1 night at least.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if you want a second night, you're gonna have to come see me again. And she goes over and she spits on the ground again. "All right, have a wonderful night." And then she turns and goes back into the stable. You hear her going, "Oh, shorty! Get the muck bucket!" And her voice fades off in the distance.
All
I
right, and
should
with that,
probably
Amaris,
still have watch tonight. Just a thought.
well, Dusty's not here. He can do that.
It's a guard duty.
I mean, he is kind of on guard duty all the time, so
Yeah.
he doesn't need to sleep.
So, our Nuri just like peeks her head out the window. "So are we doing this here, or are we gonna take the cargo somewhere else?"
Let's commune with dead first, and we can do that here.
"Oh, cool. Come on back." She'll have Houdini and her magical words be on the lookout for people.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to say Dusty is present for this, so that way he can just watch the episode and be up to date.
Sounds good.
While Houdini and your words are keeping watch. Because you guys all pile into the back. Well, I mean, Amaris and Dusty pile into the back where you guys are. And
So-
yeah.
The spell, it's under no compulsion to tell the truth, and it's hostile if it recognizes you as an enemy. As far as I know, they don't know I was traveling with her, but I don't know if
You don't know.
enemy. So I'm gonna use my mirrored image staff to disguise self. And
If you tell Douse,
he's
Oh
gone.
no!
He
He's
left.
gone!
Right as
Man, he swerved.
Oh, hold on one
Hostile
second,
to
Dane. Now you can be heard on the stream.
okay. I was gonna say, if you tell Douse that if he's recognized as hostile, the spell might not work. He would try to like get out of sight or something?
Well, you don't have to go out of sight. It really only sees the person that's casting,
Wait.
I think.
I also have disguise self.
Hold on. You grant a semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. Oh, because it's just speak with dead. The
Yeah.
corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. The spell fails if the corpse was cast. Okay. You can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knew only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy. The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, only its animating spirit. Thus, okay. So yeah. So it only would like be seeing Nuri, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Okay.
But you guys, any of you guys can ask a question and it will answer.
But
As you
if
guys-
they did that, then it would recognize it as...
It will recognize them as what it sees.
Okay. So Nuri will say, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself. I'm not going to ask any of you guys questions during this time, because we only get 5. Direct your questions to me, and then I'll ask them so she can't recognize anyone else as hostile, and it won't use up our questions. Alright, everybody on the same page?
I think so.
Right, cool. Then I'm going to disguise myself as... I'm trying to guess who would not be a bad person that they wouldn't like.
An info broker?
You know what? I will... But would they be honest to their parents? I don't know. You don't know that situation. I'm going to disguise myself as... Quinn. Yes.
Quinn Cadell?
Yes, she's
Okay.
gonna disguise herself as Quinn. They probably have
Alrighty.
no connection to her at all, so okay.
Quinn is the cleric who was guarding Ami until recent developments.
Yes. He was also at the sleeping town. So then I will cast Speak with Dead using my necromancy powers that I got from watching Val do this. I think it was Val. It might not have been Val. It was one of the babysitters.
Alrighty, you cast Speak with Dead, and she's at this point. You guys have kind of leaned her up against the back of the cart, and you see her her eyes kind of glow this frosty blue, as she kind of like sits up and lurches up. Still has the hole piercing through her forehead, as she just kind of looks at you curiously, Nuri.
And they're just gonna, to her companions, not say anything, but it's like...
Would it recognize Amaris's voice?
You don't know.
You should just whisper it into Nuri's ear.
All right, so she's going to whisper this like to Nuri, like just saying this as a way that, saying this in a way that, it seems like it's just like a normal traveler who has heard rumors. But the question is, I've heard you're hunting your sister. What's your intentions for that?
Nuri conveys that message.
No, I need you to say it, Tiara.
Oh, okay. So Nuri attempts to also just talk differently. So she's like, I've heard that you're hunting your sister. What's your intentions with her. Nuri seems very proud of herself.
The head or the corpse of Dune just kind of like cocks her head like to the side curiously, and she goes, "Oh my dear sister, I just want to meet her and her party. They've done something terribly awful to me and my sister, and well, we just wanted a little bit of payback."
What terrible thing did they do to you?
Oh, it was awful. They hurt our parents and trying to steal our inheritance. It's a terrible, terrible thing. What was your second question? Keep in mind, she thinks that there's a stranger talking to her.
Yeah. You're a mute, by the way, Amaris. Unless you did that purposely.
I know, I'm thinking.
Douse will pull out a pen and paper and just write, "This might not be getting us anywhere. Should we reveal who we are?"
Oh no! Why is it doing this? Why? Why is it doing this? Oh, hold on. Nobody can hear you on the stream, guys. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Dane can be heard now.
Alright.
Sierra can be heard now. And Megan can be heard now. Yay! I think it's because the storm is going on here. It's just,
It's a
yeah.
good thing this isn't live.
I know,
It'd
right?
be terrible.
We'd keep getting booted.
So I think like Douse has a point.
Yeah,
And
so
they didn't see you. They didn't see you with the group. So I think if you changed back into yourself, it'd be fine. And then maybe mention, that's not the story I heard.
yeah. So to, I guess, recap a little bit about, because I don't know where we cut off.
Oh, you guys cut off, like, you said you had the paper that was like, hey, I don't think we should, like, should we reveal ourselves? And you guys were kind of like debating, and then it cut off right as Nuri was going to say something.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
The audience knows what you're deliberating about.
Nuri will drop her illusion and will say, well, that's not the story I heard. So, then look to Amaris like,
You notice the corpse actually kind of relaxes a bit when she sees you.
that's not the story I heard. So why are you really trying to kill Amaris?
Oh, dear cousin. I want her dead. It's as simple as that.
So we have 2 questions left.
You too.
Did she add you two to that? She wants me dead too?
Yeah.
Excuse me? What?
Really? I want your whole party dead. So that includes the big, tall, covered man and the blue guy.
Just to be clear, Nuri wasn't actually like, you want me dead? What? That was
Yeah.
me.
But she adds this on. You see her kind
Okay.
of contemplating, and she goes, "Oh dang, that blue guy. What was his name? He was so hot."
Too bad he's taken.
Douse is debating saying that.
Let's see, we've asked 3-4 questions now, right? It was,
I think it was 3.
It's
Why
been
are you
3
hunting?
questions.
why do you
Why
want
you
her
had-
dead?
Dead.
Why do you really want her dead?
So it's only been 3 questions.
Okay. It's 2 left.
And you learned that she's got the hots for Douse.
Douse is writing down like, do we want like what really happened that night, or to know their side?
She could just lie about it. Nuri writes down with her little quill, because she can like just write on anything.
I love how you guys are just like scribbling notes to each other because you know that if you ask any question, it will be taken. Oh.
Nuri will write down. How about we ask her how they knew where we would be to the party.
Douse will nod.
Amaris. One moment. Oh, she's on mute. She can't talk. Whatever reason.
Oh, she's typing a message though.
She's been
Ah,
silent.
the real paper and
The
pencil.
real paper and pen.
Ask how she feels that her triplet sister abandoned her. Yeah, so there's only 2 questions left.
So, do we want... Okay.
So those could be your 2 questions.
How do you feel about Dahlia abandoning you? I'm assuming that's the triplet you were talking about. Okay.
Let's be honest, I'm a little ticked off. We were in it together, and here she goes shooting me in the face, and leaving me there, dead. I thought we were gonna take the company together. It was gonna be ours, and here she is, taking it all for herself. I mean, she didn't even complete the job. Left you all alive, me dead. What's the even point of attacking then? We thought we had it all figured out because we were given those fancy little items just to kill you, and it's just, my goodness. I'm pissed. I'm really mad. She is a twat.
She really showed that family love there, definitely.
Wow. Who gave you these weapons? Maybe they'd give a diamond to resurrect you.
I highly
She says that last part
doubt
as a step. So she says, who gave you the weapons? And then as a statement, she goes, we could get a diamond from them. As a statement, not a question, but...
Okay. She goes, highly doubt they'd do anything to resurrect me. They hardly know me. But I'm not going to tell you who they are. No. I don't think I'm at liberty to say. How about a squirrel? I'll say it was a squirrel. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Why don't you all go die? And then her corpse just collapses.
I thought we had one more question. Unless I
No, that was the last
That was
question.
the last
Oh,
question.
okay.
I asked who gave her the weapons instead of how did they find us. I'll bet money on who it was, but okay.
That was it. Her corpse is now dead. Back on the ground. She still has gentle repose on her. But you cannot do speak with dead
For another 10 days.
for another 10 days. And at that point, gentle repose will fade.
I thought General Post worked for 30 days. That's fine.
No, it's 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10 days, but you can only
yeah.
speak with dead as long as they have a mouth. And it hasn't been used in the last 10 days, so we could just, take her head with us if we didn't want to bring her back, but every 10 days ask her some questions.
Nuri,
Yes?
we could try to bring her back. But before we do, I want to send a message to my parents.
Okay.
I want them to know what really happened.
What would you like? Do you want me to cast sending? I could just cast send. Is that what you want? To be clear?
Yes, please.
Okay. I can do this. So we've used Speak with Dead, so I can do a few messages. Just tell me what you want to have said, and I'll say it.
This is Amaris. The night I ran away, Dahlia and Dune attacked me. They came again. It's Dune who's dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dahlia killed Dune. We have opportunity to resurrect. Thoughts?
You send that out. To which parent?
We had previously communicated with her mom,
Mm-hmm.
so Nuri would send it to the mom.
Okay. After what feels like forever of silence, but in actuality, it's maybe about like a minute of like processing kind of a thing. You just hear, oh dear. My, what horrible news. Are you sure? Are you certain? Sorry, she says, are you certain? Not are you sure? Are you certain that it was truly them? I struggle to believe that they could do that. Oh. And that's kind of the end of her message.
She got 3 letters left. 3 words.
No, she had one word left, and she said, "Oh."
No, it was
She
3.
Oh.
I've been counting.
Oh, I was counting too. I guess
Oh,
I miscounted.
Too bad.
She was gonna go,
Too
"Oh
bad.
my gosh."
Oh my. Oh, that's where it ends.
Yeah.
oh my. Oh. That's hilarious. Nuri conveys exactly what she says as she's saying it.
Are you willing to send another sending?
Yes,
I feel
can
like
do
we.
that.
Well, no, we don't need a sending to contact.
We had a long rest, so we got the spell slots.
Yeah, I was thinking we're gonna need to get in contact with Azon to meet up with him in this town. But
Well,
we've
we
got
got
the.
You've got the Rocky Talkie.
Rocky Talkie.
Yeah. Oh wait, you weren't there for that, were you? That's
No,
what
I love it.
Roxy first started calling it a Rocky Talkie, so we were like, all right, it's the Rocky Talkie.
If we wanted to be in honor of her, we'd call it the Roxy Talkie. But
That'd be so fun. I love that. Okay. Are you sending another sending?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Douse will wait. You'd be like, if this is very personal, I can take a step outside for you two.
It's all right.
Okay.
All right, so Amaris says next. Unfortunately, yes, it was them. They also hurt Dane. She's in a coma now. Nuri is close to fixing that. But it was them. She's going to stop it there.
Oh my, this is so much to take in. Your father and I are on our way home. We're not quite sure how we got turned around or where this new boat came from, but... And she runs out of words.
New boat?
Well, we had messaged them like right on their way to the mist.
I thought they were still on land, though.
We didn't know though, for sure.
Okay, one more sending.
More sending.
So, what boat? Where are you going?
Well, they're on their way home, they said.
They did say they're on their way home. Or I guess, so what boat? Where were you headed? I was never going to the mist. I am in Lake Mount now. Please be safe.
Oh dear. Good to know that. We were headed to the mist, and now it's to our backs. Sorry, my memory's a little fuzzy, but she ran out of words again, I think. If I'm counting right.
That's like 12 words.
Okay, then I think she has more. Okay.
Are
I'm
you
just counting
words or syllables?
I'm counting words. Maybe I was... Okay, I think she has like 10 left.
I think she would
What
have
word?
13 if it was 12 words.
Okay, then we're gonna say there's 13 words left, okay?
Okay,
Someone count for me.
I got this.
'Cause I apparently am not good at counting. She goes, but we're... Sorry, let me find the... We're headed to West Hollow. West Hollow is one word. Yeah, so, okay. Restarting. But we're headed to West Hollow. We will be safe. You be safe as well.
It cuts off at you, be safe.
Okay. You be safe.
After hearing this from Nuri, since Nuri is the one doing this back and forth, Amaris lets out like just a sigh of relief, knowing that they're okay.
Okay on a strange boat.
Strange.
Safe for now. She's still a little worried about the sketchy boat that they're on.
Oh, now it's sketchy.
Oh, you could hear me scribbling notes?
Yeah, we were putting
Yes.
that in our
I'm
little
so
private
sorry.
chat. No,
I'm
it was
so
so
sorry.
fun.
I'll be myself next time.
No, it was awesome.
This-
You could
this
kind of
one made-
barely hear it, Sierra, like just
Okay.
barely.
I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
Okay,
Okay.
we still haven't heard anything about whether or not they're okay with resurrecting Dune, who just tried to kill us.
Yeah, you might have to send him another message. Or you might need to wait and give him time to process.
How much time does that spell give?
10 days.
Okay. So we're at a point where we could probably find a temple to keep her at until we get a confirmation. But if something were to happen to her, Amaris doesn't really care. Yeah. This is a hard one. Thoughts?
Well, going by this town, I doubt anyone has a diamond, but you never know. If we leave her body anywhere, the evil sister could take her, and she could be resurrected and then be part of another ambush. Bring her with us, there's a chance we lose the body in a battle or accident.
Again, Amaris wouldn't really care. Because after all, her sisters did just try to kill her again.
I would say Douse is, like, it's still family, so he's on that side of it, but he's trying to remain impartial as it's, like, family matter. The only reason I can see for keeping her going would be, like, this is Dane, not Douse, but it would be more for, like, information to get from her. Bringing her back brings its risks of her betraying us if we don't know why she attacked you in the first place.
Right, which is why I said she's going to need to be heavily guarded.
Which would take more money if we... I don't know what anyone's purses looks like, but we've giving out a lot.
I still got some money.
I look pretty loaded.
I don't know
Also,
why Nuri
resource-
has so much money, but she has a lot of money.
But resources have been dwindling. You know that it was very difficult to find a diamond in Akosha.
True.
Douse
That-
is nowhere near enough to even purchase a regular diamond without the issue.
Well, how much is a regular diamond?
Like 500 gold.
At least for the one for Revivify or something like that.
So, 500 gold would be about 50 platinum. Oh yeah, Amaris totally has that money.
That's base price when they're like not running out.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if it's like twice as much at least now.
Yeah.
So we want to look for a cleric? Or do we want to go find...
I
What's
say
your
if we
cousin's name again? I want to call him Azimondius, but that's not his name.
Esmond? Your husband?
No, I want to call him Azimondius, my son from a different campaign. But that's not his name.
Ammon?
Okay,
Azon.
Azon.
Azon. I thought you were talking
So-
about your husband. I was like, Esmond?
No.
Azon.
See where I'm Azimondius, Azon. See where they confuse?
Azon.
See?
I see.
I'm
I
not
see.
crazy. So
Oh,
we could
I
I
find
mean,
a
you
cleric.
might be crazy, but a completely different reason.
Wow. Wow. You just said
We're all
that. Okay.
crazy in our own way.
Yeah, we kind
Just
of
went
all
there.
are.
So we could go to a cleric. We can call Azon, meet up with him, or
if we go to a cleric, like if we do decide to resurrect Dune, I say let's do it in a place that's not so shady.
okay, we'll keep her body then. That solves that question. She'll wrap her back up and kind of like she just looks like a sack now. She's
A
wrapped
body
back up.
bag.
Yeah, she's in a body bag. Then I believe Amaris has the Rocky Talkie.
Amaris does have the Rocky Talkie, and she pulls it out. Thinking about doing like a full-on like code. Come in, Azon, are you there? Like kind of thing. But no, she's just gonna like pull it out, just be like, "Hey, Azon, what's up?"
It's a little quiet for a moment, and then you hear, hello? Hello.
Hey, you still in Lake Mount?
Yes, I am here. Well, not
All right.
currently. I'm actually outside of town.
Well, we
just a little ways.
made it to town. We
Oh.
just made it to town.
Okay, well, I guess I can come in. I was just doing some field research, but I will return. I'm just like 30 minutes away. Have a walk. Would you like to
Alright,
meet in
sounds
my room in the inn?
She looks to everyone else before saying, "Yeah, that sounds good."
Okay. Go to the dry heaving boar. That's the inn. And if you head over there, I am in room 104.
Would
Perfect. We'll see you there.
DM question.
Yes?
Would her body be able to slide into my bag of holding? Because she's already dead, so she doesn't need air. We just like shove her in it.
I'm gonna leave that to a higher low. That's a 50-50 shot. I
Okay.
don't know. High or
Let's
low?
do high.
It was high. Okay, you can shove the dead body in your bag of holding.
So as Amaris is talking to Aesop, Nuri's just slowly putting Toon in her bag of holding. How much does she weigh?
She's a small elf. I'd say maybe 120 pounds.
Okay. I just I need to keep track of how much weight is in my bag is all.
Okay, I'm gonna say Dusty helps you. Shove her in the bag.
I love this. This is great. Thank you.
Making Dusty an accomplice to this without his knowledge.
Yeah,
Good job, DM.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
'cause Dusty always helps her.
me.
So I'm like, all right, he'll do this one thing. He'll stuff the body in a bag. Or,
Okay.
yeah, that's in a bag, in a bag. So it's in a bag, in a bag.
A bag in a bag.
Yeah.
I mean, I double bag my groceries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so during the whole conversation, she'd actually probably unwrap the body, work the body into the bag. Then, the bag she has, she'd cast prestidigitation all over it, so it's clean, roll it up, and then put it in the bag too.
Clean the. Okay. You did that. You cleaned your bedroll. You just shoved a body in your bag.
This is hilarious. Okay. Shall we go then? Or are we going to have someone stay with the cart and the horses? Are we going to put the horses in a different area? Or
I think we can keep them here. Mind if I borrow your quill?
oh, sure. Nuri's gonna hand the quill over.
She's going to motion for everyone to get out of the cart before doing this.
Okay.
And she is going to cast, and she's going to write a glyph for a glyph of warding.
Ooh.
On the door, like on the cart.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
What does the glyph of warding do?
Let me put this in the chat.
Oh, that's a
All
long
right.
thing.
Yeah, there's a few different options that I can do with this. So when
Okay.
you cast this spell, you inscribe a glyph that later unleashes a magical effect. You inscribe it either on a surface, such as a table or a section of floor or wall, or within an object that can be closed, such as a book, a scroll, or a treasure chest, to conceal the glyph. The glyph can cover an area no longer than 10 feet in diameter. If the surface or object is moved more than 10 feet from where you cast the spell, the glyph is broken and the spell ends without it being triggered.
Okay,
glyph
so you
is-
can
the glyph
decide
is-
what triggers the glyph. Which glyph are you going to do for it? Like what effect?
So I am first going to, so I'm going to use this. You can further refine the triggers so the spell activates only under certain circumstances or according to physical characteristics, such as height or weight. Creature kind, for example, a ward could be set to affect aberrations or drow, or alignment. You can also set conditions for creatures that don't trigger the glyph, such as those who say a certain password.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to do that. So if anyone comes within 10 feet of it without a password, it'll cast Shatter on them.
Okay. What's the password?
You know what? Let's make it fruit tart.
I love that.
And she's going to whisper that to everyone. Like, tell them the password so that if they need to go back to the cart, they can use the password to get in, and the glyph won't affect them.
Should we tell the person who's running this place, or just tell her not to go near it, or she'll explode?
I think we can just give her a warning not to go near it. I don't like. Have you seen this place? Do you really do you trust anyone?
No.
So there you go. We can give her a warning. We're not going to tell her why. But if she tries to do something to our cart, or anyone at that matter.
Sounds good. As we leave the cart, Nuri's little words are going to wrap around her bag,
Okay.
so that if anyone tries to take the bag or open the bag, the words would see them and could automatically just cast a spell on them.
Good to know.
So,
All right. Perfect.
Douse ties a rope around the handles to keep it closed.
Keep your backpack closed.
Well, no, around the
cart.
cart, because it's like he doesn't have anything to protect this cart. He has a rope.
Just ties a rope around the handles.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. So I'm just getting this. Okay. Okay. So I was just looking up the information on Lake Mount real quick. Okay. Alrighty.
As we're leaving, to the woman that watches the place, oh, hello. Just wanted to give you a warning not to go near the cart or let anyone else go near the cart. It could hurt a lot.
All right. Good to know.
Awesome. Thank
What
you.
else do you want?
I want you to have a fabulous day.
I live
Or a
here,
horrible
darling.
one.
Fabulous days don't exist.
Oh, but they could.
Nah, not in Lake Mount.
Mars is going to drag Nuri away before she can say anything else.
And she's like, but it could. You just need a drink. She's being dragged away.
Alrighty. Okay, so you guys are heading on over to... So that spell, the casting time is an hour to cast that glyph, but it lasts until you dispel it, basically. So by the time that you finish it, you can assume that Azon has been waiting in his room at this point.
All right.
Okay.
So they get there and
To-
knock on the door.
The Dry Heaving Boar Inn.
To room 104.
Yep. When you enter into this inn, the bottom floor is like a tavern. And so there's a lot of just really grungy people, lots of drunkards, just not a good place. You see this one guy comes up to you, Amos, and he goes, "Hey, pretty lady. You're very pretty."
And she's just going to be like, "Oh, you're too kind. I would just like for you to know, you should never judge a book by its cover, though."
Oh,
She's gonna walk past him.
he goes, "Your reading's for dummies." And he wanders off into the corner and just hits his head against the wall.
And Marcy's
Douse
just
will go
gonna
up
like
to him.
pull up her hood and like pull up her mask.
It's like Douse goes up to him, gives him like a couple coppers, like, get yourself a shower. You maybe luck will turn around.
What's a
Feels
shower?
bad for the- It's this. Unclicks his decanter of water and just kind of like pours it on his head.
He goes, what?
That's a shower. It gets you clean. And he walks away.
As he's kind of like shaking himself off, you guys can head up the way. There's actually a man behind the bar counter who's like, "Hey, I don't recognize you, folk. What you doing going up to the rooms?"
Oh, we're meeting our friend, Azon. He's staying here.
Oh,
He told us to meet him in his room.
the blue elf? Yeah, you can go. He's a wackadoodle anyway.
Thank you. As Nuri turns around, she's gonna just take a quick little swig of her flask and like put it back down.
Yeah.
Go to
Okay.
the room.
You guys head to room 104.
Mars is gonna knock on the door.
After a few moments, the door opens and you see Azon. I'm gonna pull out his picture again so you guys can see him. Specific characters. Azon Windred. Oh no, Mir Azon. Everybody's who see. Actually, we're just gonna move him right over here. Azon! Yay! You guys come in and he is like, come in, come in. He seems a little like kind of occupied with thoughts in his mind, and as Nuri, as you walk past, he kind of goes still, and his mouth just becomes like a line, basically, as he's just, hello, Nuri.
She just nods, and as she walks past, so he can't see, she takes another drink out of the flask, and is like rubbing her hand across the rose, and she's like, "Just keep it together."
Keep it together. He's just. Well, by all means, take a seat. There's a couple seats. Some of you have to sit on like the extra bed that's in the room, and he goes and he sits on his bed. Well, I haven't found much on the alchemist, at least, but I have found some interesting things, like I was mentioning to you about to the wrens. But we can talk about that in a moment. How, Nuri, did you find that spell?
The spell I sent you? That one?
Yes, the one that brings the spirit back to its body.
I created it.
Impressive.
Thank you. Years of research.
Years of research do get you good places. Well, yes, I guess. That's really good. We just need to find the alchemist, and now we can finish the other half of the spell.
Nuri's pulls out her spellbook and starts flipping through some pages. I'm trying to find my notes on what we learned on her.
Yeah, it was a while back ago.
I remember, doesn't she like live by a lake or something?
Well, Lake Mount is set on a lake, or not set on a lake, but the lake is like right by it. That's where it got its name. It used to be a very good fishing town. And in the past several years, it has just degraded into the thieving town that's just gross that it is today.
Okay. Because I remember learning that the alchemist, wasn't she like someone who likes her privacy, lives on her own? I guess I put a mental image of her by a lake.
By
or
the lake,
house by a lake.
Just
Yeah.
knitting.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Found it. It's in my other one that I ran out of pages in. Okay. So, Nuri, from her spell book, goes, well, we met someone who knows the alchemist. But let me make sure I don't say anything that's outside of our promise to her. Wait, okay. Okay. I didn't write down exactly what she said that we couldn't say.
So now
We're
you just
good.
have to remember what the promise is.
Well, I was like, not to tell anyone about the alchemist that like we didn't know or trust.
Mm-hmm.
It was along those lines. Dusty would stop us if we said too much.
Yeah, Dusty would.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nuri says, we have the name of the alchemist, and that she runs an alchemy shop out of a basement. And of course, she's super distrusting and won't open up easily or give info easily, and doesn't want to be found by certain individuals.
Okay.
So we could go ask around for her name. Basement shops. Are there a lot of basement shops around here?
Not that I am aware of. I would assume that if that's the case, it could be that she keeps it a secret. Did you happen to get her name?
Yes, but we promised we wouldn't say a lot to other people, so...
Okay, well, if we're looking for her, then would you tell me the name? I promise I'm not going to do anything to harm her. I want the same goal as you.
Nuri wants to make an insight check as she studies him just to know if he's really Azon.
Douse will help with that. He's not doubting that it's Azon, but he's more of
Like,
wanting to make
precaution.
sure this is...
Of course, of course. You may roll insight.
So do I get advantage because Douse is helping, or are we rolling separately?
Yes, you get
To which?
advantage.
Okay.
Either you both can roll, or one of you gets advantage.
Which would you prefer, Douse?
You probably... I have a +5 to insight.
Same.
Okay, then we'll give you advantage if it's the same.
Well, it's a 16.
He seems very truthful, and
that-
earnest.
If I had rolled, it would have been a dirty 20.
Ah.
That's
Can we
okay.
say we rolled separately? Because my first roll, anyways, was a 16. It's okay. Fine, we don't have
That's
to.
okay. You
No,
already
I'm
chose
sticking to-
advantage.
Yeah.
Gotta stick to your decision.
Well,
But,
I don't do that. Just kidding.
From what you can tell, he's very earnest, very honest in that front. And from what you can tell, he looks very exhausted, but he looks like himself, just very exhausted, and has dark rings under his eyes, like he's been up a lot.
Cool. Nuri will just get up and be like, this is just precaution. We've had some weird encounters in the last 24 hours, and she's just gonna go up and, like, poke his face.
And he just kind of, you poke him in the cheek, and he just kind of, like, is like, ouch. But he's there.
Ouch, I barely even touched you.
I was being sarcastic.
Okay, so it's not a disguised self, though. It's
Yes.
not an illusion. Okay.
He was even half asleep. I am able to pull a little bit of humor.
Yes. Her name is Rain Nymph.
Rain Nymph. Okay. You see him kind of like thinking, and then he pulls out his notebook. He starts flipping through like pages and thinking, and he goes, "You said she was at the bottom of an alchemist shop."
Yes, or ran one out of an alchemist shop? Yes.
I think I have an idea of which one we should go look at.
Oh, wonderful. Shall we go now? Do you need food, or...
It's
whiskey?
okay. I ate,
shakes
yes.
her flask.
He just goes, he's like, "It's fine. I ate 2 days ago. We're good. Let's go."
Do we all want to go, or if she's hesitant to trust people, we can send a small party first?
Maybe we leave the big fellow here, and the 4 of us can go.
Okay.
Okay. You guys go into follow Azon as he exits the room. We're gonna say Dusty is going to go out into the town. Going to go for supplies from a horse feed, or he's gonna go feed the horses, or something like that.
Take care of the horses. That sounds like what he'd do.
Yeah, that sounds like a Dusty thing. So I think he's gonna go out and feed the horses. Make sure there's enough feed, and yeah. While you guys follow Azon back through the tavern at the bottom of the inn and head on out. And he is going to lead you guys to a place called... Hold on, I have it in my notes pulled up here, so you gotta give me just one moment. No, it's not the fake court hotline, it's the alchemist. Okay. 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 I guess I did not write down the name of the alchemy shop. But this one, we're gonna call it Bits and Bubbles.
Bits and bubbles.
Bits and Baubles. Actually, no, let's do Bits and Bubbles. I think that's way cuter. Bits and Bubbles. Okay. Alrighty. You guys head to Bits and Bubbles, the alchemy shop. It's a little ways further into the town, and you have to cross through all these very narrow walkways and alleyways that crisscross throughout the city. Okay. As you guys continue following Azon, you notice that you enter into one alleyway, and on the far end, as you guys are about halfway through the alleyway, this big man kind of steps in front of the alleyway, and he goes, "Hey, You got the money to pass through?
Nuri just rolls her eyes. She's like, "Are you kidding me?"
At this point, the rain has let up also. So the streets are still wet, but it's not fully raining.
Nuri's gonna look around and see if anyone else is with this guy.
You look behind you, and the alleyway has now been cut off by a tall and slender woman who looks to be a furbolg. She's actually got an eye patch on, though, on one side, very obviously, like, holding a mace in one hand, like, yeah, you gotta pay the toll.
Oh, what's your toll?
The big guy goes, 5 gold pieces.
Nuri will take out 5 gold pieces and hold them. Be like, okay. Move to the side and my owl will give them to you. And she has a little pouch and the owl like is floating. She's like, but I don't really trust these kind of things. You could just take the money and then beat us up. And that's not really going to work for you because we'd actually end up taking all your money. So
You notice the big guy kind of was like, uh-oh. Okay, fine. You could go through, but give me the money. Don't try and rip me off.
I'm not going to try to rip you off. Everybody just pass through.
You notice that Azon's kind of like patting his pockets, like he doesn't really have much money on him. But you guys actually, he actually lets you pass through.
Once we pass through, Houdini will just fly over and then drop the little pouch of money.
Okay. And the guy looks in it and he goes, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 gold. All right. Yeah, you guys go.
He miscounted, but okay. No, he's gonna be like, you miscounted. It's actually 5 in there. It's just 5.
And he goes, shut up. And then he goes over to the furball. and they leave.
Okay, let's keep going.
But Azon's like, yeah, that's why I'm running out of funds so very quick here.
I will say, Douse keeps his money inside his scarf.
Yeah, isn't that the like scarf of holding kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it never fully straightens out and it's always wrinkled.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, you guys continue going. And he brings you to the front of this shop that says Bits and Bubbles. Or Bits and Bubbles. And he goes, this is not a very well-known alchemy shop in here. Not many people visit. You can see that the whole shop itself is in disrepair. There's no shutters on the windows. There's just like patchy curtains that are covering the windows. But they look to be open right now.
Is this like on par for how most shops look in this area, or is this...
In this area, a lot of the shops look like this. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are steps that lead up to the front, like, door of the shop, because the shop is built on, like, it's got, like, a stone foundation that kind of goes up more.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys walk up the stairs, and they're creaking so loudly. You almost are wondering, are these going to hold your weight as you go up? But they do. As you head up and into the shop. As you open the door, a little bell chimes as you come in. And it's a very small shop with lots of very shoddily built shelves around that look to have bottles just around the side. And there's a little half counter that goes like across the back end with a little flip up door kind of a thing so that you can get in and out to the back. And there is a doorway on that backside that is just covered by a curtain and not an actual door. The curtain opens and you see this very short, old gnomish woman come out, and she's wearing these big glasses that make her eyes super big. And she goes, "Are you guys here for some potions, some bubbles and bits?" And she actually doesn't even need to lift up the thing. She actually just goes underneath it and comes out. She's just clicking her little cane on the ground.
Oh, hello. We're looking for a nymph. Atora sent us.
Atora? Oh, I haven't heard that name in a while, but if Atora sent you, all right. Come on back.
Nuri will follow.
Just to make sure this is the right place, Douse wants to roll insight on whether that actually rang a bell to her or she's playing us off. He trusts nothing here.
Roll insight.
Yeah, that's a nat one. He believes her.
She is 100%. You're like, she's telling the truth.
This is probably the most trustworthy person in this town.
Yeah,
Probably
probably.
the most trustworthy you've ever met.
Yeah.
Just the old grandma vibes. Azon follows right behind Nuri. So he's kind of like, is it this easy? Like,
He sees like a bit of Marilla in her as well. Douse.
yeah, he sees Marilla. Marilla's like, and this little old lady's like,
Old person. I know an old person.
Trust immediately gained.
There we go. One nat one roll. All right. So she opens up the curtain and kind of passes through, and you see that it's just like a storage room in there with a lot of like chests and barrels full of and sacks full of various ingredients and foods and stuff. And there's like a bunch of hay on the ground too. You see the gnome actually brush back the hay, and you see a trap door as she flips it open, and there are some steps leading down. And she goes, "You best be careful. I don't want to hear no fighting down there. You better not."
Alright, won't be any fighting. You can count on us.
Right, I am going to close the door behind you, just so you know.
Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate that. And Nuri's
Yeah.
gonna go down this. Just
You're
go on down.
such a wonderful person. Thank you.
She goes, "Oh, you're such a cutie. Have a lollipop."
Oh, thank you. He's gonna like immediately open it and just pop it in his mouth.
Poisons.
You get 1d4 hit points of healing.
Oh,
He's already full health, so it does nothing.
No, it does nothing, but you feel invigorated. For healing lollies.
that's hilarious.
Okay, you guys all go down. What?
Sugar.
Yeah, sugar.
He's sitting there. Sugar.
Yeah, it
Guys,
tastes
I'm learning
like a
sugar heals in
mango.
this world.
Yeah,
It does.
it does. It does taste mango flavored, but you actually have never tasted a mango, so you can't really like put.
What is this?
It tastes good. As she closes the trapdoor on top of you guys, and then you kind of hear some scrabbling of getting some hay on top. Oh, and then you hear her voice through the wood, kind of garbled a bit as she goes, "Oh, when you walk back up, just knock 3 times and then whistle real loud."
Okay. Nuri will just keep walking in and be like, Ray,
Okay.
Miss Ray Atora sent us. Hello.
Okay. Alrighty, let me get us into a good. Okay, here we go. as you guys come into the basement here. It seems a lot bigger than what you would have assumed it to be. It's still not super big. But it's very dimly lit with little candle sconces hanging from the ceiling, flickering very dim light. The room that you enter into is very small. It's got more barrels and sacks and chests full of various items. And there's a big, wide archway that is covered by lots of like stringy beads. And you guys can see a light coming from the room in there.
Nuri goes to it.
Okay. All right, you guys open up the beads, and you are surprised by how noiseless these beads are. Like there's been some sort of enchantment cast on them that there's no noise.
Nuri, again, is just like, Ray Nymph, hello.
As you enter into this room, what you see is this big, like the walls are all this cobblestone. In this area, you see like a leak of water coming out of one of the walls, and it's just pooling into a little bucket at the bottom, where it's just dripping water in there. The whole ground is covered is just dirt that's now a little muddy. And you notice there are some sections that have like hay woven carpets, in a sense, that are laid on rugs that are kind of laid on top of some of the areas. You notice there's a big desk, and it's lit by a bunch of like 50 candles of varying heights just all around, and there's notes and pages and gold coins and jars of eyeballs and various different ingredients plastered everywhere. You notice there are 2 archways on either side of this main room, and one of them, you can kind of see out of the corner of your eye, kind of looking into this room. You see one giant bathtub, like porcelain bathtub, but it's grimy. It's got cracks in like the edgings of it, and it's not the cleanest. And on the other side, you see what looks to be like a bedroom, where the bed frame itself is just shoddy wood put together, and there's like hay over the top with like an animal skin on top. And you see a person who's sitting up from the bed and walking towards you. And let me pull out this picture. It's this one. I drew this myself, so don't judge me. Gotta make her bigger. Yeah, don't judge me too hard. So this is Ray Nymph. What you see is what looks to be a young woman in her late or early 20s, with light purple skin, and she's wearing this like green pantsuit, and wearing these long black gloves. She's got 2 little horns that curl up out of her head, and she's got bright red orange hair that's kind of pulled back into a bun a little bit. She looks to have a tail that is completely wrapped up in wrappings. So you can't really like see what it looks like. And half of her face is covered in a mask. Kind of like Phantom of the Opera, like half mask. The mask is actually covered in lots of curly painted designs of flowers and whatnot, and it looks to be just one big black kind of magical eye that looks to be glowing blue for an iris. and the other eye that she has is just brown. And she comes up and she goes, "Well, I assume that you're looking for me if you're down here, and that your friend."
Yes, definitely,
I-
friend.
Well, I mean, are you? I'm wanting to say the wrong name right now.
I Ray.
Are
I
you
am
Ray?
I am Ray.
Okay,
Ray
then
Nim.
yes, we are looking for you. We are friends.
Okay, well, I guess you found me.
Wonderful. I'm Nuri Tamaran. And does she react to the last name?
No, actually. She
Okay.
goes, "Oh, okay." Azon goes, "I'm Azon Windrail." And she just nods as like, "Oh, okay." She doesn't seem to have any recognition with either of those
Okay.
names.
Phew. Okay, good.
I'm Douse. Nice to meet you.
Douse?
Sudden recognition. What? No.
Wow! And Amaris? She kind of turns to you.
Yeah, Amaris just like pulls down her mask since they're like not really out in the streets, and she's like, "I am Amaris."
Well, nice to meet you all. I guess, well, we're here. I am assuming there's a reason you wanted to meet me. And I
Yes.
assume you've talked to a couple of my friends around the world. You wouldn't really find me if that's the case.
Well, just the one, Atora. She's lovely, by the way.
Tora, she's great.
Yes. Well, I have a son in a coma, and there was rumors that you brought someone back, and I have half the spell to bring someone back,
Oh,
to summon a soul to the area, but I don't have a way to connect the soul back to a coma.
wait,
person.
you have a spell to bring the soul back to the area?
Yes. So I was hoping maybe we could exchange spells.
Oh,
if you
that's
did bring someone
amazing.
back.
I have one that can bring them back to their body, but
Yes,
I don't know
okay.
because they're all scattered around. They can't find the ways back.
This is wonderful. We could just exchange it, and that'll be great.
Yes, that would be great. Well, let me get my notes. Let me see what to do. She seems a little scattered as she's kind of like, yeah, that's great. She kind of goes into the main room where you guys are at and starts rifling through her notes, and as she kind of is reaching out and grabbing a couple things, she's like, "Oh, well, they were here a moment ago, but just give me a moment, please. Sorry, I'm not very well versed with lots of people, but yeah, well, she seems just very like kind of reserved to herself, and as she is looking for the second half of the spell, we're going to end tonight's session. So we'll pick up next week at this point. Does that sound good to everybody?
No, but okay.
No. Yeah, we gotta close up. Some of us have work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming and joining us tonight. I know it wasn't much of a cliffhanger ending, but it's exciting. Now we know who the alchemist is. Ray Nymph. As the party is here, well, without Dusty, with Azon and Ray, we will continue next week to find out the spell, and let's see if we can get our coma patients back to being awake. We'll be here next Friday, or this upcoming Friday, at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on YouTube and Twitch. You can watch us live. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining the show.
I'll add one correction. It's 6:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time now.
Oh.
It changes in the year because we're in a different location.
Ah.
Arizona, it says Mountain Standard Time, but because of daylight savings or spring forward or whatever.
It's Mountain Daylight Time?
It's now Mountain Daylight Time.
All right, so Mountain Daylight Time. We will change it to that. It is 6:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so join us for that. Are there any final thoughts from our players here?
Rude to end right there. Rude.
Check out the merch.
Check out the merch.
We can get people's predictions on what happens next.
Ooh, yeah. What do you think will happen next, guys? Comment below what you think will happen next, and what do you think? Yeah. How do you feel about Dane and Amaris and her sisters? Like that whole thing going on. Who is the one that hired them to kill them? Who gave them those weapons, those magic weapons and whatnot? Well, we'll find out more next week, so join us next week. We love you guys. Thank you so much for coming. And with a big goodbye from our cast, we love you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.